Hello, my name is J.H. Lee. Title of this video is What is a Human Engineer? It is behind my life story. I born in Korea, immigrate in America 1977. Happened to be my brother is H. Lee. I worked for him 1977 to 1988. Later years, I worked for him as a chairman of a national chief instruction. Well then, who is H. Lee and my brother? And this is him. He is perhaps most successful Taekwondo instructor in USA, even world. In terms of he created largest private organization, not governing by a nation or a state. Well then, how many instructors love to do that? I say literally everyone. And any style of the martial art, any style of the business even. Well then how did he do it? It's simple. He have a many branch studio under guide of organization. This means kind of a guild organization, which is all time of the commerce. Then how to make the many branch studio. This is another very big story and secret story behind that. So let's just start it. It is start with the expert. In other words, if someone's good at dancing and the piano or ballet or baseball or soccer, whatever, they are good at it and they love to do it because it is a simply preference of each individual. However, if you want to continuously do that, then you need to make the income from it. And that's where you become a business operator. In other words, I've seen many great martial art expert and a great technician. They even win the grand championship in a tournament. They borrow the money from their parents and the bank, open up the studio because they love to do it. Yet it doesn't mean they can be successful at the business. Think about it. If you're good at the piano, does that mean you can teach the piano to other people well? No, of course not. So that's why I seen many instructors, they hated it after a few months later. Why? And doing performing your martial art skill is not same as running your own school operating. No. So that's why he has to have two different other system has to be supported in his organization. One is a marketing system, a business system, administration system, and also teaching system. So that's what I did for him. First time when I came in America, I didn't know how to speak English. I worked at the headquarters behind his office to do all the paperwork. Organization grow. The work of headquarters is so much, so large, manpower cannot do it. And so solution is computing system. Yes. And so this is a picture of IBM System 34 before even PC available. And this is what I did for him. This is the first time a martial art industry ever had a computing system control the membership, and not even Korean as a country didn't have that system, but he installed in his organization first in the world. However, few years later, he asked me, you make a training instructor program. What does that mean? Become black belt to the school owner and operator has a huge gap. So let them become assistant instructor at the local studio so they can teaching at the school and assist at the local school, and they learning how to teach and well as how the business runs. Fantastic idea. So I asked two of my students to help me and one of the students attended the UALR, stand for University of Arkansas at Little Rock. He find the manual at the library called PET, stand for Program for Effective Teaching. So I go through the manual, then I see that, this is how State of Arkansas produce a school teacher. So I made trainee instructor manual for ATA 1985. This is a cover of that manual. However, I had a big problem at that time. I can write all about how to training physically, yet I cannot writing anything about how to train the human mind because I was a young age. Not only that, the training the mind is a big issue, and that's why so special about martial art versus martial sports. Of course, this terminology is not even available at that time. And some of you may remember that 40 years ago, 30 years ago, if you want to have open up the business in a local city, you must know when Yellow Page is going to be published. Because if your name is not on Yellow Page, you're finished. But at that time, all those, our category is under karate instruction. That's the under category we are fits in. But as many years have gone by, some of the city, they change their title to martial art instruction. So history shows that how that terminology changed. However, now many martial artists say still nowadays called it is way of life. It's not just punching and kicking. Why? Because martial art has a very, very special position of our society. How's that so? Question is this: martial art originated from East, not from West. Why? Because fighting skill is absolutely necessary for the human survival. Yes, that's the way it is. You can do all other experts such as the piano and other things, but that's only preference. But martial art and fighting skill, it is an absolute necessary item for the survival and protecting yourself. And that's why martial art has a very special position in any society. Yet, Westerner, they turn all those things into the sports. Ask yourself, boxing is a martial art? Of course not, it is a sport. Wrestling is a martial art? Of course not, it is a sport, even fencing. Most common people will be very surprised to finding that gymnastic background is gladiators training system. That's right. It's a shocking story to common people. Well, then again, throughout those martial art history in America, martial art industry turned into the martial sports industry. Why? Because they don't have system for how to train the human mind. Yet, still people asking from the martial art instructor, martial art local school, discipline, how to build the confidence, focus, which is a solution for ADD, ADHD, and the respect, and etc., etc., etc. And they still asking that. Yet, how well they can provide that system, a service? Not very well. And that is where main reason of education system failing too. How many growing population unhappy about our current education system? Of course, there's too many issues there, but simple is answer is here. First level of knowledge is a vocation. In other words, must have a job to provide the income, pay the bill, provide the food on the table. Yet that's only producing working machine, money making machine, not becoming a human being. And that's where a missing part. So that's why I'm thinking, we still need a teacher, we still need a professor, but there's another level of a teacher we need. Teacher for engineering the human. That's why I register human engineer as a trademark. And this is a copy of that. So then now this will bring the huge opportunity for me and you too. So let's talk about that. No one ever paid me because they liked me. Is anyone ever paid you because they liked you? Of course not. Then why do they pay you? Simple two reasons. Number one, solved their problem. What they mean is filled their needs and wants. That's the number one level. Second level is producing the result day in, day out, month in, month out, then they're happy to pay it. So we need to ask another big question. What are the problem of a general people facing? This problem isn't temporal problem. This problem is a historical issue. Value system cannot build within a one person's a parameter. It has to be built within community. You may heard this word. It takes village to raise a child. That's right. When I was younger, any grown up see me doing something suspicious is not right, they can rap on me right away. Not only that, they will surely, my parents surely hear about that. So that night, that evening, I'm gonna get hearing from my parents. Not only that, my parents will go see them and tell them thank you. And this is how that every individual build their own value system because it's within community. This is very interesting. So here's one of the chart that I like to introduce. It's called Clark's sector model in USA. This is an excellent study. This show the picture of the why we have this kind of problem right now. It clearly explains that as a scientifically. So let's look at that. Bottom part is since from 1850 each 5-year increment to 2010, 106 years of a term, and the x-axis is a percentage of a population. Blue line is agricultural industry, first industry. Orange line is second industry, which is a manufacturing. Third, the green line is a tertiary and the service industry. As you can see, as a society developed, as they go, population change. And that is the biggest information first we need to find for the business. Yes, demographic information. As you can see, somewhere in 1940, 50, 60, a first industry, second industry population together is a lower number than third industry. What does that mean is people, they don't leave the rural anymore. They move to the urbanizing, which means city life. So now you see why, and we have some of those issues each decade. If you remember, 1960, there's hippie generation. 1970, a Bruce Lee's movie hits in America and in the world. So that's where a martial art industry formed. There is a three part of human nature: body, mind, and spirit. First level of the knowledge is a vocation. Second level of knowledge is becoming individual. Third level of knowledge is a self-transcendence. So here again, conclusion of the what is a human engineer. It is teaching system to engineering human, a becoming an individual, finding the answer for who and what am I. I done this one over 50 years. Then I need to ask myself, why did I do that? Why did I spend all my life to doing this? It is one of the reasons I want to know who am I, what am I, so I can live my own life. Without it, I must live someone else's life. How miserable, how unhappy life that can it be? And that's the why what we need a human engineer right now. And also it is alternative solution for a current education system. This portion is what they're missing. Not only that, I like a licensed human engineer title with my training program. I have a very big dream or even vision. This will reform martial art industry of the world. Without training human mind system, how can we call how we claim this is a way of life? Just in vain. We must back it up what really that means. So, and this is my contact information. I like you to subscribe this channel, and I like to hear your comment and welcoming your feedback. And I look forward to bring many more other content related with the human engineering. Thank you.